into Edulastic. If you hover on the side here, you'll see there are different options as far as kind of tabs, and you're going to want to be on your dashboard to get started because the first step is to sync your class or your classes via Google Classroom. So you're not going to click on this create new class, but you're going to click underneath where it says sync with Google Classroom. Once I click that, it'll bring up that permission box again. So I'll need to click on my account. I'll need to click allow. And then once I do that, I will warn you guys, depending on how many classes you teach, like if you're a middle school or high school teacher, that step might take a second. So if you see it loading, try to be patient and give it some time. But then you will go over on the side here and select the classes that you would like to import. So I'm going to go ahead and import this demo class here. And before I do that, I'm going to give you guys a couple tips. So your class name is just whatever you named it in Google Classroom, but we need to be more specific with the naming in Edulastic since teachers can use this across the district. So if every class was called 7th grade ELA, we would have no idea who teaches that class or what students are in it. So instead, and I'll note this on the slide here, we're going to try to use a specific naming convention. So what you'll do is your last name, comma, the first letter of your first name, the grade you teach. So for elementary, you would say 5th grade, 3rd grade, whatever. And then if you are middle school or high school, go ahead and be a little bit more specific. So you'll say first hour ELA, first block ELA, first block math, whatever class. Then over here, you'll want to select your grade. So I'm going to go ahead and select 5th grade. You'll need to select a subject. So I'm going to go ahead and do ELA. And then standards, you'll use Missouri ELA or Missouri Math. And then the course will fill in for you. And then once you do that, you're going to click import. Again, this might take a second depending how many students you have, but try to be patient as that imports. And then you'll see that it just turned from yellow to green. So my Google class import is complete. Now I can show the details of that. So here's the person in my class, their username, and their status. So that's it. So now it's going to switch my tab over here to the very bottom. So I was on my dashboard. Now I'm switching to this bottom tab where it says Manage Class, and I'll see my class name, my class code, etc. And it's going to pull in all those students for you, which is awesome. So that is how you sync with Google Classroom.